Good morning. Today we are in Dubrovnik, Croatia, also known as King's Landing. We continue our Mediterranean adventure with a cruise stop in captivating Dubrovnik, Croatia. Being huge Game of Thrones fans, it's high on our bucket list. Known as the Jewel of the Adriatic, Dubrovnik is located in southern Croatia, overlooking the Adriatic Sea. Come and join as we embark on a Croatian journey, starting with the magical city of Dubrovnik, then on our next video, the city of Split, Croatia. We'll explore the famous Old Town, indulge in local cuisine, and uncover the most widely visited sites. Dubrovnik, Croatia is a medieval city that oozes beauty, character, and history from every corner. Surrounded by the Adriatic Sea and enclosed by the famous city walls, it's quickly becoming one of the most popular places to visit in the whole of Europe. Unfortunately, there can be over-tourism due to exposure to Game of Thrones and an expanding cruise port, which have led to increased tourism numbers. In 2023, there were 1.2 million visitors, which is a 20% increase from prior year. Most of the must-do things in Dubrovnik are actually located within or very near to the Old Town. Dubrovnik is a highly walkable city, thus the best way to get around is on foot. In fact, the entire Old Town is pedestrianized, so make sure you wear comfortable shoes as those ancient flagstones are a killer. When the cruise docked, it was still fairly early in the morning before things opened, so we hired a taxi to take us around. He showed us the modern bridge next to the cruise port. The bridge, named the Franjo Tuđman in honor of the first president of Croatia following the breakup of former Yugoslavia. Next, we went 400 meters above the Old Town and taken the views from Mount Surge, where we enjoyed spectacular panoramic views of Dubrovnik. Alternatively, folks can take the cable car up there. But we wanted to admire the vistas before the viewpoint became too busy. When exploring Dubrovnik in one day, the Old Town is the star of the show. Enclosed by the city walls, the whole area is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, charmed by cute hidden alleyways. Completed in the 13th century, it has remained virtually unchanged to the present day. Therefore, walking around feels like stepping back in time. Start at the Pile Gate early in the morning when the crowds are thinner and the city feels like it belongs to you. From there, let the cobblestone paths be your guide through a time capsule of Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque architecture. Once in the Old Town, it's easy to navigate as everything leads off the Stradin, which is the main street. Lined by historic buildings on both sides, you'll find Dubrovnik Cathedral, Rector's Palace, and Onforjo's Fountain, all nearby.
Here we are in one of the main squares in
Dubrovnik, Croatia.
You can see over here, there's this bell tower. And back here is a church, I think. And a lot of places to eat and a lot of people. Here is a farmer's market in the old town Dubrovnik. You can see fruits, vegetables, jars, almonds, all kinds of stuff. Also, souvenirs.
Undoubtedly, one of the most popular things to do in Dubrovnik is walk the city walls. You can walk the walls in as little as 45 minutes if you hurry and if there are no crowds. However, our advice would be not to rush. Take your time to soak in the fairy tale views.
Good morning. Today we are in King's Landing, better known as Dubrovnik, Croatia. We are going to walk the walls and see the beautifully preserved medieval town.
Imagine walking the ancient city walls in the morning light, the sun casting a golden hue over the terracotta rooftops, creating a view that stays with you long after you've left. If Dubrovnik has become synonymous with one thing, it's Game of Thrones. And we are huge Game of Thrones fans. Throughout the series, the old town portrayed King's Landing, meaning there's a good amount of Game of Thrones filming locations in Dubrovnik, including sites that doubled as the Red Keep, Blackwater Bay, and the famous stairs in Cersei's Walk of Shame. The Jesuit staircase sits below St. Ignatius Church. It is arguably one of the most famous locations in Game of Thrones. This is where Cersei started her walk of atonement while everyone chanted, "Shame, shame." Fort Lovrijenac, also known as St. Lawrence Fortress, dates back to the 11th century. This stronghold sits high atop a ragged rock that juts out into the Adriatic. In fact, there are 200 steps that need to be climbed to reach the top. Its height gave it a commanding view of its surrounding, making it the perfect spot from which to scan for invading forces. In Game of Thrones, Lovrijenac is the exterior of the Red Keep, the residence of the king and home to the throne, the Great Hall, as well as the Tower of the Hand. Whether you're in Dubrovnik from a cruise or a one-day trip, the key is smart planning and a little bit of energy to keep up with the pace. It's not just about checking off the sightseeing boxes, it's about immersing yourself in the essence of the place. I'd like to thank you for watching this video and your continued support. We truly appreciate it. Gerald and I love sharing our adventures with you, so please continue to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for our upcoming video on Split, Croatia. Thank you, everyone.